birthday. Smoky Cax. Show me your butthole. Jesus fuck. Well, I just updated it, so your name's right now. It ain't the same. It ain't the same. It ain't the same one. It's posted now. Hold on. It ain't the same nameplate. I'm gonna have to go make another nameplate, but I threw your old one on there. Alright, I gotta pull NARAS up. It was the first thing that popped up. Hey, Randy, are you staying in here for the race? I hear the music. I heard you for a second. Oh yeah, dude. That's awesome.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, we are back here live for another week of anticipated action. Round of 12 starts tonight for the Fisher Studios 262. Qualifying just starting at this point in time. Few cars hitting the track now. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of the cars on the field here tonight. 22 of Brandon Broadfoot now on the track. '25 Edmund Post. Looks like a Gant throwback tonight as well. Shout out there to Post. Knows his racing. Carden Hansen in the 3 on the track as well here, starting his qualifying. Ryder Morgan as well out on the field. Josh Ryder currently about 1.5 laps into his qualifying time right now. Parker Motorsports' very own Jordan Parker on the field with the Fisher Studio scheme here tonight. Then we have Charlie Bennett here. Darrell Colts as well on the field tonight. Lucas Lewis making his return here for the round of 12. Aaron Ramon in the 15 here once again in another week. Just now finishing his qualifying times. Let's go ahead and throw the full tower view, see what qualifying's looking like so far. Isaiah Fox right now was in the lead, just got overtaken by Broadfoot. You see Broadfoot in first right now, Isaiah Fox in second, Darrell Colts in third. Jordan Parker sitting in fourth place with Aaron Ramon rounding out your top 5. J.J. Moore now taking laps in stride around the field. Corey Rainey as well on the track here tonight. And ladies and gentlemen, while they finished their qualifying time, we want to say thank you guys for tuning in here for Fisher Studios on YouTube. We appreciate your dedication to consistently watching us on a weekly basis. And be sure to drop a follow for all of your racing needs. Few finishing up qualifying, then they will go to their drivers' meeting. So at this point in time, let's go ahead and go over our analysis of the race here tonight. So for here tonight, we are obviously at Kansas Speedway for the Fisher Studios 262. Drivers tonight will have 175 laps to complete tonight before a winner is hailed. We are starting our race at about 5:15 in sim time, 8:50 Eastern Time. This will be a 45-lap stage 1 and 2. 77 laps will decide our winner here tonight in stage 3. There will be 9 sets of tires for all drivers and 85% fuel in those tanks. Looking right now at a few of our race notes going into this race. Obviously, someone we do not see on the track tonight. That is the 8 car of Mark Morton. Morton, unfortunately, dislocated his pinky last week during the race. This is something that we haven't seen too much of with a driver having to sit out with a injury. Of course, we had Parker having to sit out a few weeks back after starting the race due to him having a little bit, feeling under the weather a little bit. So he had to unfortunately start and then park it earlier on. But a dislocated pinky, something we haven't seen so far. Morton has been battling that injury for the last 3 weeks now, and last week, with him holding that wheel, did a little bit too much damage. So we will not be seeing him here tonight. That is the first race of the season he has actually missed since he has joined us here for Season 2. Obviously, last week, we saw Owen Lax breaking the 3-way tie between him, Josh Mayu, and Mark Morton, taking the 5th win, being the first in NARAS history to hit 5 all-time wins. And he has announced that after Watkins Glen, he will be back here in 2026, returning to full-time competition. Now, while these drivers are in warm-ups, we want to once again thank you all for tuning in here on the Asphalt Racing Network, powered by Fisher Studios, for the Kansas race here for the Fisher Studios 262. Green flag shortly, just about 20 minutes away. At this point in time, we will go to a small commercial break, and we will be right back here before green flag is waved.
NASCAR Cup teams, we got Team 2311, owned by this guy, and 3-time Daytona winner Denny Hamlin. But Denny Hamlin races for another team, Joe Gibbs Racing. Yeah, Super Bowl winning head coach Joe Gibbs. And they both share the track with Legacy Motor Club, co-owned by 7-time Cup champ Jimmy Johnson. 3 epic teams, 4 legendary owners, all going after 1 cup. Now you're up to speed. You in?
Hendrick.
Summer is here and you've got places to go.
She's headed to a golf tournament.
This one's headed to the beach.
And he's headed to a music festival.
And they know every good road trip starts right here.
At Hendrick Automotive Group.
We'll check your battery, tire pressure, top off your fluids,
Check your cooling system.
And do a multi-point inspection.
extending the life of your vehicle.
And keeping you safe.
Anywhere you want to go.
For free.
Just make sure you're road ready. All good road trips start here.
Book your road ready appointment today at hendrickcars.com.
Last year, Ram killed the Hemi V8, and people had opinions. The same people that killed the Hemi sent me out here with these comments. That's not happening. We own it, we got it wrong, and we're fixing it. You hear that? That's our Hemi, and it's saying, I'm back.
Did he say what I think he said? That thing's not a Hemi!
Hell yeah, it does.
You want more? Buckle up. Ram's coming back to NASCAR.
Hemi's back, and we ain't going anywhere.
Got a great car, great team. Let's go execute.
Time to turn the intensity up.
Fight to the end, no matter what happens. Good day, being Victor Lane. The jets are don't count out anybody. Who wants it the most? We are eyes on the leader now. What a victory this will be!
Next flag has been ahead.
Does he have another? Let's go! A dominant performance. They're gonna say no, baby. Let's go! You gotta earn this thing. It is all on the table.
And we are back here from our first commercial break of the night. Fisher Studios 262, just moments from the green flag. Roughly about 6 more minutes until green flag racing here tonight. Going through the rest of this field right now, have some pretty heavy hitters in here tonight. Some that haven't claimed a win so far in this season, looking to change that course and tide here tonight. Will they be able to prevail is the biggest question. A lot of drivers in here obviously returning for Season 3 next year, but right now still focused on Season 2, of course. Jordan Parker already locked himself into this round off of a win last week. Well, not last week, excuse me, 2 weeks ago. Now, trying to find the strength to do it all over again, claim another win and lock himself locks himself into the round of 8. Only 3 more races away after tonight. Round of 8 will begin. Let me pull up my stat sheet here for you and give you an accurate representation of that. Our round of 8 will begin at Talladega on December 20th. We will have 1 week off for Christmas following that and be right back for the round of 8 at Phoenix on January 3rd of the next year, 2026. Looking at the round of 12, still focusing on that challenge here, we have Kansas tonight for the Fisher Studios, 262. Then, on December 6th, we are at Bristol. That will be a night race, a very tough race for a lot of drivers that will have to deal with a lot of either A, inexperience on the track with these Gen 6 cars, or just a lot of traffic causing accidents to happen. Then, finishing off our round of 12, we go back to Charlotte one more time this season. That will be for the Bank of America 275 elimination race for the round of 12. Looking at the rest of the round of 8, on January 3rd, we have Phoenix for the Duel in the Desert 170 after we come back from our Christmas break. Then, finishing our round of 8 elimination race, we've already seen this race one time before. That was week 13 on January 10th. That will be Martinsville. Once again, banging bumpers 250. Martinsville was a hectic challenge last time we had seen that track come up on schedule. 33 cautions set that night. We broke Xfinity season records. Will it happen again, or will it stay clean? A lot of drivers now having time under their belts on that track to be able to confidently go back with a little bit of a cleaner and better mindset, now knowing what they need to do and what they need to avoid. So that is a very, very big thing there going forward to that elimination race. And then, of course, our last race of the season, the Championship 4, that will be for the crown for Season 2 champion. Of course, that is going to be on January 17th of 2026 at no other track than Homestead, Miami for the Ford EcoBoost 300. 200 laps, 300 miles. Drivers having a lot to deal with, and that will be a pretty good race and a pretty good challenge there for the 4 that will be able to prevail through the round of 8. Now, looking back on the field right now, a lot of cars finally getting out, some still in pits. Josh Mason right now on the track with a few other cars. Speaking of Mason right now fielding a state-like team with Parker Motorsports. Darrell Colts is returning to the track tonight, as we've already seen in qualifying, for the first time in a few weeks to drive that car. Normally the 48, but has since moved to the 65, as the 48 is a revolving set of drivers on a weekly basis. 48 being J.J. Moore this week, and hopefully we will see a good fight out of Moore leading the front of that pack right now in the rest of the warm-ups. Only one more minute to go before grid is set. Now, this week, J.J. Moore, of course, driving the 48, while Owen Lax is not here. Notably, right now, he is in Charlotte, finalizing a deal with Spire Motorsports for the 2026 NARAS season. So a big move we will be seeing from Owen Lax, coming back to the field full-time, owning a team once again, and now is solidifying a deal for his charters. Someone we spoke about earlier, obviously Mark Morton, not here tonight. Unfortunate dislocated pinky last week during the race live. Has been battling that dislocated pinky for a few weeks. Unfortunately, will not be able to touch the track tonight. First race he has missed since his debut here in NARAS. Looking at the rest of the field, 09 of Isaiah Fox. See a tough fought battle from a lot of these cars right now sitting within the top 5. Fox being one of them. Will he be able to prevail here tonight? Few underdogs on the track Our stage is set now, and we are ready almost to go green for the first lap of the round of 12. Waiting for a few more cars to get ready and get in their grid positions. We have a debut tonight. The 25 of Edmund Post. First race in the NARAS Cup Series. Round of 12 Kansas. He picked a very good race to start off on. We will obviously see a possible challenge out of him tonight with a lot of cars that are seasoned to the NARAS Cup Series here around him tonight. So we will be keeping eyes on that 25 to see where he finishes and how good he can get around most of these cars. Obviously not in contention right now, but still is a big overview for what next season holds for him. Now, as the pace car starts to roll, looking at your grid on your screen now. In first place, the 22 of Brandon Broadfoot. In second place, we have the 09 of Isaiah Fox. Behind them in line 2, Darrell Colts in the 65, J.J. Moore in the 48. Behind them, just in your screen, you have the 9 of Jordan Parker here tonight. Outside of him is the 15 of Aaron Ramon. Corey Rainey was supposed to start in 6th, seems to be in pit still at this point in time, so grid just a little bit off here. Aaron Ramon starting in 6th with Lucas Lewis starting in 7th just below. 25 of Edmund Post running the Gant Scholes scheme. First debut here tonight. 28 of Kyle Sims just below, Starting around 10th place is Charlie Bennett and Cardin Hansen in 11th. 12th and 13th, you have Ryder Morgan and Josh Ryder, 63 and 32 car. 14th, you have the 55 of Gage Burns. In 15th, we have the 15 of Josh Mason. 16th now is Corey Rainey. And that is your entire field here tonight. Corey Rainey still in pits at this point in time. Don't know what is going on with him, if he will be able to make the race or what situation. Might have missed the grid. Now has to wait for his opportunity to go around, wait for those cars to go around for him to start his race. That will be unfortunate for him. That could hurt him a little bit. But with it still being early on, 175 laps to go, 45 for this stage, a caution is not out of the question. Now, looking at that pace car just in front, pace car off this time. Brandon Broadfoot in the 22 taking us to green flag in the restart zone. First lap, Fisher Studios 262, now underway. Brandon Broadfoot with a good jump there to start. Has a little bit of an edge over the 65 and 09. 65 of Colts now slowly gaining time to that lead car, sitting comfortably in the front of the pack right now. Broadfoot has had a little bit of misfortune here this season, but has still been holding on strong to all of his possibilities. Here being another one for him tonight. Not many moves going on in the back of the pack. Switching to our ARN blimp cam in the sky. Look at the field go there on your screen. 3 wide racing in the back so far. Looks to be around Kyle Sims. Little bit of a wash up there. Able to keep it green. Almost 4 wide in the back there. Still 3 wide, about 12th place. There's a wreck on the field. Ryder Morgan around in the grass. Carden Hansen just able to save it. Ryder not getting a caution called for that. One car off the racing surface. Let's go back to the replay and see what happened there for Ryder Morgan. Morgan in that 3 wide. Carden came up and doored him just a little bit. Slid all the way through the infield. Just missed the tire fence. Code Brown in that race suit for sure. Thankfully, no caution here. First stage still underway. Now the 65 of Darrell Colts in the lead. Broadfoot moving to second. Jordan Parker in third. Lucas Lewis in fourth. With Isaiah Fox in the 09 in fifth. Morgan might have to use a set of tires soon. Notably, only 8 sets of tires for these drivers here tonight. Three wide racing in the front at Darrell Colts. That is 7th position they are fighting over. Colts into the wall, able to save it there. Now falls back 2 positions, at least 1 right now. Sitting in 8th, now moves down to 9th. Lucas Lewis now takes the lead away from the 22 as the newcomer, the 25, Wyatt Post, finds himself in first place right now, 3 wide for the lead. Lap 7 of 175, 7 of 45 for this stage. The newcomer on the track showing what he has for next season now takes the lead in the Skull Scheme. What an immaculate run for the 25 here so far. 25 started back 9 positions behind where he is right now and has made some heavy moves to get to where he's at this point in time. Started in 10th place. Currently sitting first, leading his first few laps here in the NARAS Cup Series in general around a lot of seasoned drivers. Lucas Lewis notably getting a win this season. Jordan Parker getting multiple wins this season so far. Now all in the top 3 fighting. Lucas diving to the inside of the 25. Parker looks to be trying to find the outside. Stays behind the 25's draft here right now. Will he stay that long? Lucas to the apron there, gets around the 25, now takes the lead back. 25 not giving up so far. Trying to fight for position. Will he be able to get it back? Does slightly there. Holding on is the name of the game. Don't want to burn your tires too quick here. Right now doing a fantastic job to show what he has in store for next season. Now, Lucas Lewis still in the lead just by at least a quarter of a car length. A lot of movement up there in the top 5 you're seeing on your screen right now. Jordan waiting for that front stretch, possibly going low on the apron. Jordan dives below, goes to the apron on Lucas. Not enough. Lucas had a good defensive line there. Will have to come back up. In third still at this point in time. Edmund Post, known as Wyatt Post. Now almost side by side with Lucas, gets the lead over Lucas Lewis. Finally takes the lead back once again. This is playoff racing here for you folks. Nothing but straight entertainment from Green Flag. And all of it coming from a newcomer as well. Now Lucas Lewis trying to get his position back once again. Have to methodically think here for a few laps. Definitely can do it, but we'll have to just wait a few more laps to get it done, possibly once again on that front stretch as you've seen him do before. Wyatt now putting a good size distance on that 11 car, at least a car length splits them right now. Lucas looking to close that gap down on this straightaway draft. A lot of single file, 3 wide, at least in the back for 10th place right now. 65 of Colts still in pit road at this point in time. 4 car of Rainey able to make it on the track. Now sits in 14th place, waiting for his opportunity to strike. Now, Edmund still in the lead. Lucas diving to the inside. Doesn't get it there. Thought he was going to close the door on him. Wyatt stays high. Now it's side by side for the lead. Lucas takes it back. Parker low there. 3 wide for second. Looked to be, but they decided not to do it too early. Possibly a smart move there, not wanting to send it 3 wide that early on into the race. Edmund now falling back to 4th place. Might have overclocked those tires just a little bit there. We'll have to see how his strategy prevails for him in the late stages of this race. Now looking at Lucas Lewis on your screen. Lucas has a good amount of distance, 0.3 of a second to the rest of the field behind. Longest distance, the 63 of Morgan, 19 seconds back. Lewis doing a good job right now to keep that deficit at a very minimum, or excuse me, Moore doing a good job to keep that deficit at a bare minimum right now. Still, 0.3 of a second splits them as Lewis is still in first. J.J. Moore, like we just said, trying to gain that time. Teammate of the 9. Revolving door part-time cars, that 48, now in second place here pretty early on to the stage. 19 laps out of 45 for stage 1 completed. 175 in total here tonight. Now you see the 48 car gaining a lot of time on that 11. Will he go and make a move? Or when will he make that move? Huge gap right now. Looking at 4th place, Isaiah Fox going to the blimp cam. Look at that gap between him and the 08 of Charlie Bennett sitting in 5th, leading the rest of that pack. Almost a 10. A pretty big distance. I'm trying to gather the number. .05 from the leader is 1.4 seconds back. They are slowly starting to gain now as you see it on your screen. We're about 0.10 of a second. Slowly gaining that lead now. 48 of J.J. Moore sits in the lead above Lewis in the 11. Lewis's plans didn't seem like he was coming back into NARAS for next season. Looked like he was going to hang it up and retire after a good year. Fortunately, plans still to be announced as of right now, but it's looking to be at Spire Motorsports. So we'll have to pay attention to all of the breaking news that we will develop throughout the weeks while we are off air. And of course, we'll bring it to you as soon as we hit that go live button once again to be back here for the regular action-packed racing like you are seeing here tonight. Now, going through your top 5, we have Lucas Lewis, J.J. Moore 1. Lucas in third now as Isaiah Fox makes the pass on the front stretch for second. In fourth place, you have the 08 of Charlie Bennett, caught up to the rest of the field. In fifth now, battling for that position with your pole sitter Broadfoot. Excuse me. The 22 just lost a little bit of time there. Fifth place, Jordan Parker now comfortably. Gage Burns in the 55 and Broadfoot going back and forth there for sixth place. Right now, it's Broadfoot's. Seventh is Gage Burns at this point in time. In the 32 machine representing Ford in eighth place for tonight is Josh Ryder. Black number on the car is a little bit hard to see, but that all black scheme is him. Now sitting in ninth, the 15 of Aaron Ramon. Rounding out your top 10 in that 28 Chevy is Kyle Sims. Wyatt Post falling all the way back into 11th place at this point in time. Possibly burnt those tires up just a little too much there, showing what he has capable of next season. Behind him is the 88 of Josh Mason, also running the Fisher Studio scheme this week. Sitting in 13th place, the RFD owner himself, the 4-car Corey Rainey. 14th place, the 3 Chevy of Cardin Hansen. In 15th, the 63 Toyota of Ryder Morgan. And still in pits at this point in time, the 65 of Darrell Colts. Going back up to your leaders here now. 48 still in the lead comfortably at this point in time. Seems like he has got the recipe down to make it to the end. 28 out of 45 here. Halfway through the stage at this point in time. Multiple lead changes this stage, especially between Wyatt Post himself and Lucas Lewis early on into the stage. Now the 48 part-time car, J.J. Moore, trying his best to keep it to himself at this point in time. How long will that last is the question. 09 of Fox, 0.3 of a second off, not too far behind. And a huge gap through the rest of the field in the back of the pack. Looking at fourth place right now, Brandon Broadfoot leading his pack. Good size difference separates a lot of the drivers here right now. Probably a little bit more than what they were expecting at this point in time in the stage. But still have enough time to catch back up if they can prevail. 15 to go now in stage 1. Still anybody's stage. J.J. Moore still in the lead. 09 of Fox just behind. 0.2 of a second. Now getting pretty close up here at the front. Fox looking to possibly go for a pass at any point in time now. 14 laps to make it happen. Let's look at the in-car cam of the 09 and see what it's looking like inside for that battle for first. '09 not gaining much time. Has to dig deep if he wants to make a pass here. Not much of a stage left. Only 12 more laps to go in stage 1. Lucas Lewis in third. 3 seconds behind your leader at this point in time. Charlie Bennett now behind him. 7 seconds back from the... 4 seconds back from the leader. Don't know where I got an extra 3 seconds from. Rounding out your top 5, the 22 of Brandon Broadfoot now in 5th place. 15 of Aaron Ramon, not too far behind, though, with the 55 of Gage Burns as well. 10 to go here in stage 1. It seems to be all she wrote for J.J. Moore in the lead still. Fox now 0.5 of a second back. Lost a lot of time somehow. And is now a little bit further back from where he wanted to be, trying to finish out this stage. Nine to go here, stage 1. Moore dialed in correctly here tonight for Fisher Studios. In that 48, Fisher Studios was representing the entire fleet this week, but unfortunately Christian Mullins not able to make it at the last minute. Seemed like there were a few problems. Was not able to make it to the track this week. At this point in time, 3-car show tonight for Parker Motorsports. That is 3 weeks in a row for that car. He has not been able to fly out to the track. The 5 may be eliminated this round, and that might be a 4-car round of 8 once again for Parker Motorsport. That may not happen for the 2nd season in a row. Six more laps here to go. Fisher Studios 262. Stage 1 almost done. Yellow flag out. Seems to be a car off the track in the back. Let's go ahead and see what we got on our instant replay. Showing the 55 of Burns went off the track. The 11 made some contact there. 55 in the infield, spinning around, locked up tires, still rolling through almost the entire infield grass there. First caution of the race here tonight at Kansas. Now Burns falling all the way back into 12th place. That lets Rainey now move up into the top 10. JJ Moore still in the lead. But with this caution now, it will shake things up. At this point in time, we will go side-by-side action through this caution. And we will be back momentarily for the rest of Stage 1 racing. And we are back here. First caution of the night. Leaders did stay out. Isaiah Fox, JJ Moore still line one, taking us back to green flag this time by. 2 to go here in Stage 1. Who will be able to claim Stage 1 for themselves? 48 or more just edges himself over the 09. 09 still has the run on the high line. 48 diving low there. Now the 22 of Broadfoot on the outside. 48 has nowhere to go. Has to follow that 9. 9 doing a good job blocking there, not allowing him to get around. Uses his line in the corner here, taking it to white flag this time by for Stage 1. .48 not able to gain that momentum. Fox doing a good job here, almost 3-4 wide in the back you see there. Now Fox, one more corner to take. Will the 48 or more be able to get him? 48 sideways into the wall, stays green. Isaiah Fox is your Stage 1 winner. Great racing you just saw there for the 09 to take Stage 1 for himself. Let's go ahead and back it up to that restart and watch that entire lap happen one more time. Here it is, the restart lap on your screen. .48 just edged outside that point in time. Thought he was able to have it. Did not have it comfortably. Had to regroup there just a little bit. Try to gain it back. Rest of the field fighting behind. 3 wide there in 6th. Followed up to a 3 wide in 7th. Almost 3 wide for 3rd as well. 9 car Parker was able to get away from it. And you just see the 09 add a lot of time to that 48 of Moore at that point in time. And was able to get around him to be able to take stage 1 for himself. Now, going back to your field, a lot of cars on pit lane right now. Who will be the first to exit? Few cars already on track. That being the 08 of Charlie Bennett, the 32 of Josh Ryder, the 11 of Lucas Lewis, now regaining with the field, 15 of Aaron Ramon, in 4th now. Rounding out your top 5, your stage 1 winner, that being the 09 of Isaiah Fox. 6th place, we have the 88, Josh Mason. In 7th, the 28 of Kyle Sims. In 8th place now, started at 14th, now finds himself comfortably in the top 10 for this restart. That is the 4 car of Corey Rainey. Now in 9th place, the 48 of J.J. Moore. Rounding out your top 10, the 9 car, owner of Parker Motorsports, Jordan Parker himself. Back in 11th place, our new debut driver, the 25 of Wyatt Post. In 12th, we have Ryder Morgan. 13th place, the pole sitter of tonight, Brandon Broadfoot. In 14th, last one on lead lap, that is the 55 of Gage Burns. Sitting in 15th position, the 3 car of Cardin Hansen. And rounding out your field in 16th place, that is the 65 of Darrell Colts. Stage 2 moments from being underway. Green flag ready to be waved once again for nothing but action-packed racing. Lights on the pace car are off, signaling green flag this time as it dives left. Almost spins out with that huge pump in the banking there. And green flag being waved for Charlie Bennett, the 08, now taking us back to green. Good size run for him on this start. Notably, only 2 Chevys in the top 5, 2 Toyotas, and 1 solo Ford out of 3 on the track. Now the 11 giving some really good competition there to the 08. Goes and passes him on the high line. About a quarter car length left for him to claim the lead comfortably. Is in the lead, but will he hold it this time to the straightaway? Still holds the lead by just a hair. Almost had contact. 08 of Bennett takes the lead back from Lewis. Lewis with another good run in this corner. Will he be able to clear? And does. Will he go down? Now you see the 88 of Mason on the top. Lewis drops the 88 of Mason. 08 has a lot of fall off there. 20 around on the back. Another caution out. 32 around in the infield. Once again, 28 saved it. 32 of Josh Ryder there with a spin. Let's go ahead and look back and see exactly what happened there. See that 28 machine get a little bit of loose, net coated with the 32, came down on Rainey and the 48 part-time. Unfortunately, that wasn't all that happened there. 48 got spun around by Rainey, and the 9 of Parker caught a little bit off of that front nose, almost from his teammate, the 48 part-time, and the 28 when he went back up the track. 28 able to save it that time around, but unfortunate for the 32 as he was in the infield. Tires and damage most likely being taken this time. Only 8 sets of tires for all of these drivers here tonight. Now you see the 9 of Parker in pits this time. 28 of Sims, the 48 of Moore, 32 of Ryder, all in this time. Colts 20 laps down with all of that damage he had earlier to start off this race. And the 3 of Hansen, 1 lap down, most likely getting his lap back this time under Goshen. Now, looking back at the front of the field, the 11 of Lewis, leader at that point in time when caution was called. He will be able to hold that lead out over the 88 of Josh Mason, sitting in second place. 08 of Charlie Bennett, starting position for this stage, now sits in third with the 09 of Isaiah Fox just outside behind, and the 15 of Aaron Ramon rounding out your top 5. Rainey decided to stay out, now sits in 6th place. Doesn't seem to have a lot of damage on that right side of the car. Could have just been a little bit of aero. Might not affect him too much. We're going to have to pay close attention to see where that 4 car will finish this stage and if it will be a problem due to that damage. Third caution here of the night. 2 because of a wreck, 1 from a stage break. Now watching the 11 do it all over again, having to hold that lead and take it back on this restart, starting on the outside lane. Most likely where he's most comfortable at. We'll have to wait and see how this restart prevails for him. Pace car off one more time. 11 in the 8 taking us back to green flag in the restart zone. Green flag being waved here for the Fisher Studios 262 for the 3rd time here tonight. Lucas with a good run there. Can't barely block the 08. 08 looked like he had to check up just a little bit. And there's a little bit of contact there. Lewis around on the inside. Managed to save it. Everybody split the distance. Now, 4th caution of the night out. Scary, scary situation there. Almost had a wreck. Let's go back and see that once again from our ARN blimp cam in slow-mo. 11 at the lead this point, not too far after the green flag was waved here. 11 looking comfortable. This is where the 08 makes a lot of time back up. 11 goes down, but it was a little bit too late. 08 just had a checkup. That broke the 11 loose just a little bit. Slight contact from the 08, if any. 4-car in the wall. Splits the 11. A lot of cars dove underneath that. Good tactics and strategy from a lot of those cars to be able to not only spin it themselves, but to miss that wreck. 4-car taking decent brunt of damage. Now falls all the way into 12th place with the damage. In pits this time. 4-car of Rainey and the 48 of Moore in pits this time. Hansen getting his lap back. Now puts him back on lead lap. And there's Hansen on your screen getting his lead lap back. Currently in 14th. He started in 12th. Will he be able to make a run back up to get in the top 10? Still pretty early to call here. '88 of Josh Mason, your leader at this point in time. '08 Charlie Bennett sitting in behind in second. 11 of Lucas Lewis in third. '09 of Fox in fourth place, rounding out your top 5 still. The 15 of Aaron Ramon. Wide Post debut here tonight, now back in 6th place. Brandon Broadfoot in the 22, starting in 7th. Wyatt with a little bit of miscommunication, didn't know where he needed to go, is in the high line at this point in time. Ryder Morgan in 8th place now. Ninth place, Jordan Parker in that 9, rounding out your top 5, the 55 of Burns, just on the high side of that 9 car for this restart. Third wreck caution of the night. Roughly 120 more laps to go in this race. Pace car off one more time. 4th time tonight. Back in the restart zone. 88 and 08 will take us back to green flag. Green flag once again here. 08 with a good jump over. 88 with a good jump over the 08. Now the 08 having to dig deep to get back to that position behind the 88 of Mason. 118 laps to go. Stage 2, 45 laps once again. 58 laps in total out of 175 being done at this point in time. Now you're seeing the 08 and the 88 battle it out for first on your screen. Just behind the 09 of Isaiah Fox and the 11 of Lucas Lewis. Seemed like a little bit of contact off that wall in the back of the field. Now let's go to Jordan Parker in 6th place. Go to the roll bar cam and see what his view of the field in front is looking like. They are single filed out there. Jordan makes a good run on the inside there. Tries to gain some time on that 11. Does it semi-successfully with the 09's draft. Now, notably, while we're looking at Parker, let's talk about his last Kansas appearance. Parker had only ran 26 laps last time he appeared here at Kansas. Out early with a crash caused by James Parsons missing a shift on a restart and stacked up the entire field entering turn 1. Jordan does notably have a win at Kansas where he edged out Lucas, who is sitting just not too far ahead of him by 6 thousandths of a second. A very close finish the last time Parker was here for his win. Parker notably dedicating this race tonight here for his grandfather. I believe he has a sticker on the car to show that as well. Would be on that left rear. Now going up back to your front. Josh Mason still in the lead. Broadfoot, the 22, finds himself back in second place going for the lead right now. Now the 88 out there by himself. Jordan Parker able to get up in front, gets a little wiggly there, able to hold on to it side by side with the 22 for second, edges over the 22. Now Jordan Parker, Parker Motorsports 1 and 2 at this point in time. Going through your field at this point in time, Josh Mason in first, Jordan Parker, Brandon Broadfoot second and third, fourth and fifth, Charlie Bennett and the 63, excuse the 56 on his card, of Ryder Morgan. Seventh and eighth, you have the 11 of Lucas Lewis at the end of that pack. Eighth place, the 09 of Fox. 55 of Gage Burns sitting in ninth place. 65 laps down at this point in time. 55 is not fighting for position at that point in time. 15 rounds out your top 10. Part-time 48 revolving door car. J.J. Moore in the driver's seat tonight finds himself in 11th. Fighting with our newcomer debut here tonight at Kansas, Wyatt Post, now in 11th place. Carden Hansen finally back on lead lap, sitting in 13th. 28 of Sims, 3 laps down, with a lot of repair from his damage earlier on in the race. 4 car of Corey Rainey still in pits. Now going back to the front of the pack. Jordan Parker now able to pass his teammate. Finds himself in the lead. Has ran notably more laps than the last time NARAS popped up here at Kansas Speedway. Now Parker showing us why he's the owner. Doing a good job. Mason almost made it a little bit messy there. able to maintain no problems so far. Good drafting from teammates you're seeing on your screen right now. Now sitting in third, you see that 22 of Broadfoot. Trying to hunt his way back into the top position. Being held right now by Jordan Parker. Corey Rainey back on the track. Unfortunately, 15 laps down. Little bit of contact with the 08 there. 08 lost a little bit of time. '32 and the 11 slowly fighting for fourth place now. Field really spread out in the back end. Parker still holds this race under control. Not much movement you're seeing from any of the cars behind. 4 of Rainey now trying to get one of his laps back manually by passing that 9 of Parker. Has to get around the 88 of Mason first to do so. Does that time by. Now, side by side with the leader to get one of his laps back. Comfortably gets around Parker and is now one more lap down, or one less lap down than what he was a few short moments ago. Now looking at your lead pack, a good distance between Parker and Mason, 0.4 of a second. 99 more laps to go in the entirety of this race here at Kansas. 77 out of 175 have been completed so far. Jordan Parker now finds himself in the lead, notably and comfortably, leading 8 laps of the race so far. Teammate Josh Mason just behind has led 15 laps on the night so far. Brendan Broadfoot sitting in third, only led 4 laps of this race. Top 3 all know what it feels like to touch the lead at some point in time and are trying to get back to that position right now, as you're seeing the 22 make a pass on the 88 to put himself back in second place. Now the 22 slowly making way on to Parker. Parker having to battle. 22 got into the wall, lost a lot of time there. Now the 88 slowly appearing in that rear view of the 22, just a little bit closer than he was a few laps ago. Broadfoot going to have to hold off the 88 while trying to make ground back up to that 9 car to possibly take the lead back for himself. '22 of Broadfoot slowly gaining time to that 9 car right now. Only 1/10 of a second now splits him and Parker. Another caution out here on the night. Seems like the 32 of Josh Ryder was around. Let's go ahead and see what happened with him. 32-08 side by side. 32 slammed the wall. Some contact with the 08. Both spinning to the infield. Horrendous wreck from the 32 right into the wall. That is most likely going to be a crash out from the 32 on the night. Let's see if we have that actual cockpit cam to see exactly what happened. How it looks from his perspective. Looks a lot more downplayed from the inside of the car than what we just saw on the outside of that vehicle there. Once again on your screen, the wreck that we just saw. Sizable damage to that car. In pits, most likely out, and is already confirmed out for the night. Now, the 22 of Broadfoot deciding to stay out this time by. Broadfoot will take the lead. The 09 of Isaiah Fox will fall into second place. Nine of Parker in third. Fourth, we have Josh Mason. Rounding out your top 5, Aaron Ramon. In sixth, the 48 of J.J. Moore. Seventh, we have Charlie Bennett. 8th place behind Lucas Lewis. 9th place, the 63 of Ryder Morgan. 56. I'm going to call him for the 56 for the rest of the night because that's what it's showing on here. And rounding out your top 10, the 3 car of Carden Hansen. Gage Burns in 11th. Wyatt Post in 12th. Kyle Sims, the first of lap down cars. Roughly, I believe, 3 laps down. Rainey not too far behind, 14 laps down himself. And Darrell Colts still laps down on the night as well. Broadfoot currently your leader this point in time on the high line. And will be taking us back to green flag momentarily. Just a few more laps here to go in stage 2. Pace car off. Broadfoot takes the green flag back in the restart zone here at the Fisher Studios 262. A lot of pressure from the 88, already making a bold move there. Takes the lead away from the 22 and the 09. Now Broadfoot still falling through the field. Mason in the lead. 09 of Fox finds himself in the same position he was last stage, fighting to get that stage win. .48 had a dive low there, almost had contact with the 09. Now linking up with his teammate, the 88 of Mason. Sixth caution of the night. Ryder Morgan and Garden Hansen seem to have a little bit of contact. Let's go back and see what happened. Following the 56 on your screen. 15 and the 9 look like they got a little bit touchy on that apron. 3 car touched the 56 on the quarter panel. Sent the 56 around himself. Then also got spun around off of Wyatt Post's car. An unfortunate situation there for Carden. Garden Hansen himself, another one, returning to that number 3 car next season. Hansen Motorsports is returning in 2026. But as of right now, struggling here tonight. Only finds himself up 1 position from his starting grid spot. Going back up to the front, Josh Mason. J.J. Moore taking it in 1 and 2 at this point in time. Few more green laps to go here for stage 2. Then we will be on to stage 3 to crown your first winner of the round of 12 here at Kansas Speedway for the Fisher Studios 262. Choose cone this time by. It looks like Mason will be taking the low line. Teammate going low with him as well. Top 5 really hasn't changed much so far tonight. Few cars have been able to make their way in. Few cars make their way out. But so far, still a pretty comfortable run for that top 5. Aaron Ramon being the one car just sitting out of the top 5 that hasn't been able to make his way up there drastically. And with as many laps as they had left to go in Stage 2, Stage 2 will unfortunately finish under caution for those drivers. So now, Josh Mason does get the Stage 2 win for finishing it under caution. Only so many more laps to go here tonight. Now Sims should be getting his lap back as all these cars go into pits. Lucas Lewis doing a fantastic job getting out fast, now pushing Josh Mason to second. JJ Moore in third. Isaiah Fox in fourth. Charlie Bennett rounding out your top five. Aaron Ramon sitting just outside in sixth place. Seventh is Jordan Parker for this restart to start Stage 3. Eighth is Brandon Broadfoot. Ninth is Wyatt Post. And rounding out your top 10, the 55 of Gage Burns. Now Lucas choosing the low line this time by. Lucas and Mason starting line 1. Pace lights off on the car, signifying green flag this time by. One more backstretch for these drivers before we go back green. Pace car off the track. Green flag racing. We go back to Lucas Lewis. Takes us back to green. 48 and 88 teammates side by side. 88 dives in. Parker Motorsports 2, 3, and 4. Luke is getting a bit of bumping there from the 48. Comfortable, though. Nothing too aggressive. Now Parker staying on that low line. 48 goes to the outside of the 11. Takes the lead away from the 11 like a silver bullet. And now finds himself back into first place. Now Mason trying everything in his power to get around that 11 of Lewis. Slowly doing it with a little bit of help from his team owner, Jordan Parker. 88 around. Doesn't dive down all the way to keep the 9 in his draft. Now, Parker Motorsports 1, 2, and 3. Lucas Lewis falls all the way back to 5th place. 3 wide for Fisher Studios right now for the lead. .48 backs out of it just a little bit and let those two fight. They are playoff contention drivers for Parker Motorsports. Now, Jordan Parker comfortably in the lead. Teammates just behind. And at this point in time, while they're doing a lot of side-by-side racing, we are going to go to a quick commercial break and hear a word from our sponsors.
It is feature time in Tulsa. Let's go green.
He's got the run, but isn't enough. It's a drag race to the finish. Over goes from third to first in the last quarter.
Experience the world's most legendary racing events with iRacing. iRacing special events allow any member to compete in full-length multiplayer races based on some of the biggest events in motorsports all year round. Compete in virtual endurance races, such as the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, and the Nürburgring 24 Hours. Take on some of the toughest races on the NASCAR calendar, such as the Daytona 500 and the Coke 600. We have races from disciplines across the racing world, from the Indy 500 to the Chili Bowl, from the Bathurst 1000 to the Crandon Championship. Our endurance special events utilize iRacing's team feature, where members can sign up and race together on their own team, swapping drivers throughout the race. Other events use iRacing Super Sessions, where you're not only racing against those on track, but against everyone taking part. As every race progresses, watch and feel the track change, with progressive time of day, dynamic weather and rain, and dynamic track debris and surface changes. Take on your favorite discipline, or try a brand new racing challenge with our biggest races of the year, the iRacing Special Events. Learn more at iracing.com/special-events.
And we're back here live, Kansas Raceway, Fisher Studios 262 now underway. Stage 3. Parker still in the lead at this point in time. A lot of side-by-side action earlier. Lucas Lewis now falls all the way back into 7th place. Parker leading 28 laps here so far on the night. He's led more laps than he raced last time they went to Kansas here for the NARAS Series. Notably already has one win at Kansas, looking to add another one to the resume. Teammate JJ Moore sits just behind. Josh Mason, another driver for Parker Motorsports, sits in 3rd. Isaiah Fox in the 09 sitting in 4th place. Charlie Bennett is in 5th, with Wyatt Post now in 6th. Brandon Broadfoot comfortably in 7th place. Aaron Ramon now sitting in 9th, and rounding out your top 10 is Kyle Sims. A lot of drivers showing grit tonight, JJ Moore being one of them. Now going side by side with the team owner for the lead. Overtakes Parker now, finds himself in the lead. Only a few more laps to go, and when I say a few, there's still a few handfuls of laps, 61 laps to go. Now Parker taking him side by side once again, trying to get the lead. Parker able to get over. Still side by side for the lead here. 48 just barely holding on. Is going to lose a lot of time there. Now lets the 09 catch back up. Now, let's look through the rest of the field here, see what type of fights we have going. We've been following our leader for a little bit. You just saw a little bit of contact between Charlie Bennett and the 88 of Josh Mason on your screen. Seemed to clean up just a little bit there. Going to pay attention to these two cars here. A little bit of contact from the 08. Still making a lot of contact there. Not trying to dive it too deep. But it's getting a little hairy for those two. Hopefully they will be able to clean it up together and finish this race with no injuries to each other especially. Now, Wyatt Post, Aaron Ramon side by side as well. No, excuse me, that is Wyatt and the 65 of Darrell Colts. As we stated earlier, Colts returning to the track for the first time in a few weeks to drive that car. Normally starts off in the 48, but the 48's been a revolving door. It is J.J. Moore's night in that car. Now Wyatt in that 25 Gantt Skoll scheme finds himself back in the top 5, now sitting comfortably in 6th. Aaron Ramon, just behind that 65, sits in 7th place right now. In 8th place, we have Brandon Broadfoot. 9th place, we have Lucas Lewis. A little bit of a rough stage for him here tonight. Kyle Sims, a lap down. This point in time, sitting in 10th place. Carden Hansen in 11th. Laps down as well. In 12th, we have Corey Rainey. Multiple laps down tonight as well. Then, in 13th position, we have Darrell Colts. Gage Burns in the 55 is retired for the night. So is the 63 of Ryder Morgan as well. 32 of Josh Ryder also out for the night. And now Isaiah Fox finds himself back in the lead. Only led 4 laps here so far. Started in 2nd, is now currently in 1st. Sitting just behind J.J. Moore. Moore started in 4th, now finds himself in 2nd. Roughly about 48 more laps to go here now. Kansas for the Fisher Studios 262. Great action-packed racing we've seen so far here all night. Multiple lead changes through all 3 stages. Stage 3 being the stage we are currently on at this point in time. Now you're seeing that 48 of J.J. Moore trying to get the lead back from the 09 of Fox. Fox, notably, On the cut line for the round of 8, the very first driver out if the round was to end tonight, or last week, shall I say. 09, full-time driver for Fox Racing, finds himself in 9th place right now on the playoff standings. Just behind him in 10th is the 3, full-time Hanson Motorsports number 3 car of Carden Hansen. 24 of Christopher Franz as well in 11th place on the playoff standings for Parker Motorsports. And in 12th for the playoffs, Brandon Broadfoot in that 22 for RFD. All 4 of those cars pending elimination if they cannot make their way in on points. Notably Jordan Parker, Mark Morton, Lucas Lewis, Caleb Hess, Corey Rainey, Josh Mason, Christian Mullins, and Gage Burns all locked into the next round at this point in time, just with points. Now, J.J. Moore comfortably in the lead. Jordan Parker and teammate Josh Mason not too far behind. Aaron Ramon now in 4th place. Charlie Bennett up to 5th. Brandon Broadfoot sitting in 6th place with Lucas Lewis in 7th. Now, finding himself in a good, comfortable position, few tenths back from 2nd place, being the team owner of Jordan Parker. 3 tenths back to be exact is the 48 of Moore, comfortably riding this race in the lead. Lap 137 of 175 just shortly to be started. Aaron Ramon now on your screen in the 15, slowly trying to make his way up there within the top 3. Seems to have a good run here to do so. Staggered 3 wide just for a few seconds. 15 able to get around. Now looking for that first place position from J.J. Moore. In just a few short laps, seems like he will be able to get it. Now, still unsuccessful on that fight for first. Moore using the entire track to his need. Still not going to be enough right now for Ramon to get around. Huge time distance between Ramon and Mason. Then, in fourth place, Lucas Lewis by a good margin. Now looking on your screen, JJ Moore into pits that time. Aaron Ramon following as well. Josh Mason now cycles to your lead, with Lucas Lewis sitting in second place. Now, Mason himself in as well. Lucas in as well. Isaiah Fox going to lead this race. Isaiah finally takes the lead there, as Mason and Moore now back on the track. Almost a 2-second gap separates Moore from the bumper of Fox. Notably, Wyatt Post in the top 3 now. Helping Moore with the draft. But will it be enough for both of them to be able to pass that leader? Now Fox still in the lead here tonight. Not much changing going on in the late stages of this race. Seems pretty cool and calm for most of these drivers. JJ Moore, you see on your screen there, making a lot of time back. Team owner Jordan Parker just outside of the frame, helping his teammate get that draft. 48 goes low. 9 follows as well. And they'll be able to take 1 and 2 away from Isaiah Fox. We have 30 more laps to go here, folks. At this point in time, we are going to send it to another commercial break. And we will be back in just a few short moments.
You know Toyota has 3 NASCAR Cup teams? We got Team 2311, owned by this guy, and three-time Daytona winner Denny Hamlin. But Denny Hamlin races for another team, Joe Gibbs Racing. Yeah, Super Bowl winning head coach Joe Gibbs. And they both share the track with Legacy Motor Club, co-owned by 7-time Cup champ Jimmy Johnson. 3 epic teams, 4 legendary owners, all going after one cup. Now you're up to speed. You in?
Hendrick.
Summer is here and you've got places to go.
She's headed to a golf tournament.
This one's headed to the beach.
And he's headed to a music festival.
And they know every good road trip starts right here.
At Hendrick Automotive Group.
We'll check your battery.
Tire pressure, top off your fluids,
Check your cooling system.
And do a multi-point inspection.
extending the life of your vehicle.
And keeping you safe.
Anywhere you want to go.
For free.
Just make sure you're road ready. All good road trips start here.
Book your road ready appointment today at hendrickcars.com.
Last year, Ram killed the Hemi V8, and people had opinions. The same people that killed the Hemi sent me out here with these comments. That's not happening. We own it, we got it wrong, and we're fixing it. You hear that? That's our Hemi, and it's saying, I'm back.
Did he say what I think he said? That thing's not a Hemi!
Hell yeah, it does. You want more? Buckle up. Ram's coming back to NASCAR. Let's go. We're back in America's motorsport. The Hemi's back, and we ain't going anywhere.
Basket can't defend. He's got the outside line for the second part, and he can't hold on.
Going the long way around. We're going to be 3 wide for the lead as they all come to the line. Who is going to take it in the end?
And here comes Lockwood. He's going to make the move to the outside. Quinn tries to force it off a little bit, but there he goes. It's going to be side by side through turn 1.
Will he be able to cover him off? He does. Weaving back to the left-hand side. Reynolds is trying everything. The kitchen sink is being thrown at it. They're leaning on each other. Coming into turn number 3. It's going to be a drag race through 3 and 4. Coming back to the line. Here comes Frisch on the bottom.
Bouchard's going to hold the inside. Tries to be the late breaker here. They're going to be side by side through the final chicane. They bang doors, but keep it clean.
As that's still 4 wide on the run down into the back straightaway. Demerit's looking for a line as well. What is going on in Michigan?
Novak into the fence. They're still beating and banging.
Oh
and to the line.
He is much faster coming through there. Is there damage on Challenger? Abramitis is ahead. There's going to be a race to the line. Who is going to get it?
Got a great car, great team. Let's go execute. Our time. We know what we got to do. Stay in the fight between the walls.
Time to turn the intensity up.
Fight to the end, no matter what happens. Good day to be in victory lane.
Green flag is in the air. Driving with conviction. Side by side, hammer down.
The afterchecks are lit. Count out anybody. Who wants it the most?
We are eyes on the leader now.
He is driving his guts out.
Wheel to wheels, they come to the line. What a victory this will be.
Nobody wants it more than you.
Next lap is going to end it.
Does he have enough? A dominant performance.
You're gonna say no, baby.
Let's go. Can you believe what you are seeing? Everybody pushing as hard as they can. Get it. One final shot.
You gotta earn this thing right here to the end.
It is all on the table.
A total 500.
Start your engines.
Now, lap 13 laps to go. Cautions out at this time by. I apologize for the prolonged ad break. I have been dealing with health problems and I had to get that checked out during that break. So once again, I do apologize, but I have to prioritize my health. Now, coming back here to the track. 13 more laps to go in stage 3 here tonight. Jordan Parker still in the lead here. Has had a dominant stage 3 on the night. $12 more laps to go so far. Currently in first place, started in 5th, has led at 53 laps of the night here so far. Now into pits, JJ Moore, Aaron Ramon, Isaiah Fox, Josh Mason, Brandon Broadfoot, Lucas Lewis, Charlie Bennett, all in pits this time by. Kyle Sims staying out, getting his lap back. Now we'll officially be back on lead lap for the last 11 laps to go. Let's see where Parker makes it out of pit road. Will he hold that lead? 15 Ramon out, 88, 48 out as well. Parker still holds the lead out of pits this time by. Appreciate that, Clayton. Hopefully everything is fully under control now. Just had to do a quick blood pressure check, and I cannot be talking during that check or the double check. So, kind of unfortunate, you know, the point in time it happened, but I do appreciate all that support, man. Now, full coverage until the end of the race. No more breaks. Promise. I promise. We are good to go here for the end and the interviews as well, so be sure to stick around and do not leave because we have post-race interviews with our top 3 finishers here tonight. Obviously on Fisher Studios here on YouTube, but Asphalt Racing Network deals with broadcasts throughout the week. 2 on Twitch, 1 on here, schedule on your screen now. Be sure to find us on Twitch for the Right Time ARCA Series Wednesdays 9:05 green flag, Momentum Racing Twitch Fridays 11 p.m. EST, and here on Fisher Studios for the NARAS Cup season round of 12 next week at 9:30 green flag. Next week we will be here, same time, different place. Next week will be Bristol for the Bristol Night Race 250 first night race, or excuse me, second night race in this round, but the first to actually start at a night time. Now, Mason lost a little bit of time there. Now finds himself all the way back in 6th place. Jordan Parker, Isaiah Fox will be starting line 1 with J.J. Moore and Brandon Broadfoot in line 2. A pace car off, green flag being waved this time for Parker in the restart zone. Only a few more laps to go for Parker. 10 exclusively, now down to 9. Will Parker be able to get the second win here for Kansas and solidify his round of 8 run here in the first race of the round of 12? Notably, Parker sitting pretty good on points for the next round. Doesn't really need this win, but the win would definitely help him and the team's momentum. You just saw the 48 get a little bit loose there, caused a lot of time difference between the entire field. Now it's Parker's opportunity to take the lead and hold it off, but hold on, wait a minute folks, that 48 is now slowly gunning on that 9 car. We've seen them go side by side for a lot of the racing earlier on in this race, stage 2 and 3 notably. But will the 48 take it too wide for the lead again, or will he sit comfortable with a second place finish in the part-time car? The 48 driver tonight, J.J. Moore, is not a playoff driver, not in contention for a playoff run, but a win still matters in the stats book. So will we see him possibly go for that here, or just hold on to a second place? Right now, not seeing any indication that he is going to move anywhere. Seems to be pushing that 9 car to the best of his abilities. 7 more laps to go. The 11 of Lucas Lewis, notably a winner of decent amount of races this season, I believe 1 to 2. Has had a 6,000th of a second finish here with Jordan the last time Jordan won here. Will we possibly see that again? We see the 11 go high there. Will he be able to clear the 48? 48 wiggles a lot, tries to go on the inside. 48 couldn't contain contact. 6 to go. Yellow still not out. 48 slowing down when he's clear on the track. Seems to possibly be some damage on that car. Now you're seeing the 11 and the 9 go side by side. 88 just behind to help the 9 out. 5 more laps to go. 88 gets spun around. Look to be the 56, if I'm not mistaken. Caution out that time. Let's go ahead, back it up here, and see exactly what happened with that 88 of Mason. My mouse wants to cooperate and start this replay. There we go. So that's the live button. Great job. Great job. Try it again, folks. We're going to follow the 88 here. That was the 48's contact into the wall. 88's didn't come not too much longer after that. A little bit of network issues there. As we've seen, he was having some type of blinks. Could have also been a netcode situation. 88 and the 22 side by side. Go ahead and back that up just a little bit. Go from a chase cam of the 22 and see exactly what happened. 22 possibly thought he was clear there. Didn't leave much room for error. Still had a decent amount of room on that high side he could have went into. Obviously doesn't seem aggressive in a manner of intentional. Could be a situation of just a racing incident, not knowing how much room he had left on that top line to go. Didn't want to scrub the wall and lose a lot of time himself. Unfortunately, caught the right rear quarter panel of the 88, spun him around. Now Mason is most likely in pits for the rest of this race. 3 laps to go. Rainey out for the night. Ryder as well, also out for the night. Morgan also noted being out earlier on in this race. Gage Burns joins them in the crew of parked cars. Darrell Colts still on the field. Number 65. Not the first car a lap down, but is a lap down. Carden Hansen being the first car a lap down by 11 laps. Colts down by 21. Carden will get his lap back, but it will not make a difference here. Now, your leaders going into this restart is the 11 of Lucas Lewis. The 08 of Charlie Bennett. Just outside, in second place. Then in third place, we have the 9 of Jordan Parker trying to make a victory happen here to lock himself into the next round. Him and Lucas, notably, both comfortable on points. Jordan Parker sitting in first place in the playoff standings at this point in time. Lucas Lewis sitting in third, but a win would push either of them, no matter the situation on points, into that round of 8. No matter who loses or who wrecks out for the rest of this stage, the time is set here. Green, white checkered. Lucas Lewis takes us back to green. 3 laps left to go. There's the green flag. 11 still holding that low line. Not much tribulations from his outside right now. 9 of Parker staying high, pushing the 08. Just wrecked. Huge wreck on the outfield. Another caution out this time. My, a lot of carnage that time by for that wreck. 9th caution of the night. Let's go ahead and watch the 08 this time from the blimp cam and see exactly what happened here. Obviously, we'll roll it in slow-mo for everybody to keep up. See on your screen, second car, the 9 car just gets up into the 08. 08 cleans it and comes back down, trying to save his car. Spins out the 09. 1, 2, 3. Cars initially spin. Brandon Broadfoot catches the 08. Signals another spin. Ramon barely squeaks by. And an unfortunate situation for most of those drivers, but it being another caution added to the total here tonight. Let's go ahead and watch the 08's view. Now following Jordan Parker. Nose dove into that outside lane. Brandon Broadfoot lost that left tire on that axle, slid up into the wall, crashed out due to damage. Now, Lucas Lewis on the lead still. Holding the lead as close as he possibly can. 09 of Isaiah Fox outside. Ramon. Now, Aaron Ramon in third. Wide post comfortably sitting in fourth at this point in time. Good showing from him so far. Now, hopefully, last caution here of the night. 3 laps to go. Once again, another green-white checkered. Lucas Lewis taking us back to green in the restart zone. 08 didn't get a good jump there. Now the 09 of Fox trying to find a way around. Lucas trying to block. 09 gets a good run there. Can't block that, unfortunately. Now they are side by side for the lead. 2 more laps to go. Aaron Ramon giving a lot of draft help to the 11 on the high side. 11 takes back the lead. White flag in the air. Lucas Lewis, only a few more corners to take. Will it be his night? Will Ramon find a way around, or will Fox come back and take it from either of them? Slowly seeing the 15 and the 09 gain time. Doesn't seem like it'll help. Another spin on the front stretch. 11 crosses the line. Takes the first round of 12 win here at Kansas and locks himself into the round of 8. Unofficial results at this point in time. In first place, the 11 of Lewis. 15 of Ramon finishing in second. 09 of Fox in third. 88 of Mason in fourth. 25 of Wyatt Post in fifth. 6th, Parker. 7th, Bennett. 8th is Sims. 9th, Broadfoot. Rounding out your top 10 is Moore. Now we will go to a quick muted break here and let the 11 burn it down on the front stretch. Lucas Lewis takes the win here, locking himself into the round of 8. Just saw his celebration there. Blew up his engine too. Now there's only one thing left on the night to do, and that will be to do our post-race interviews with our top 3 drivers. Starting out with the 09 of Isaiah Fox. Just give me 1 second to make sure we have your audio in here, and we will be good to start our interview. All right, Mr. Fox. Now, wouldn't say a tough night for you. Unfortunately, you weren't able to come back and get that Stage 3 win. We saw you win a stage here tonight. Started in 2nd place. Able to make a top 3 finish. How are you feeling after that race?
Annoyed. Very, very annoyed. I mean, you said it wasn't a long night for us. I mean, I feel like I was the fastest car again. Uh, I feel like it was between me or JJ for who had the fastest car. I don't know. Take your pick, but I just feel like this is like the 4th or 5th time I've had the fastest car, and I just can't figure out how to win. So I'm not sure what improvements I have to make. I'm not sure like what I gotta change. I mean, I'm just tired, and like I feel like I'm not a championship driver, and I want to be a championship driver if I am to win the championship. And that doesn't mean I'm gonna stop fighting in the playoffs. I'm gonna try my best to win the championship, but I don't want to be like the underdog.
Right. Underdog is a tough situation to have to deal with going into the championships, and especially where you're sitting right now in the playoff standings. You are the first car of 4 to be eliminated going into the next round. You need either a very good points race, which you got here tonight, especially over the 55 of Gage Burns and Christian Mullins not showing up. So that will help you a bit. But with us going to Bristol next week, how are you feeling about your chances between Bristol and Charlotte to get a win possibly in the round of 12 and get your first win on the season?
Those are 2 tracks I like for sure. I don't think I'm very good at Bristol, but I definitely like driving it. The thing about that one is I don't think you got to be the greatest. You just kind of got to avoid the mayhem, which I think is what I'll be trying to do. Maybe snag a top 5. Charlotte, I'm quietly excited for that one. The thing is just I've got to figure out a way to put the race together because that's just what I've been struggling with. I mean, all the seconds, the thirds, and they're good for points. They are, but just got to figure out how to fit that last puzzle piece in.
Now, pretty good race we've seen from you tonight. I would like to ask you, how did your car feel here tonight? Especially not many night races we've had in the end stage of our regular season. Now going into the postseason, seeing more night races. How did that car feel when the sun went down?
Yeah, it felt awesome. I mean, the Lincoln Park car was super fast. I mean, I feel like I was doing a good job of just kind of like lagging in the back, and I saw this in stage 2 mostly because I was kind of just chilling in the back a little bit, just trying to save some tire, and I timed it out perfectly. I would have won the stage, I believe, if we hadn't had a caution right at the end, but I mean, I'm not too upset about that. I feel like it was really good with the changes. I feel like it got better. I feel like I was good at tire saving off the bat, then the other guys kind of learned, and and got kind of better. But yeah, I think it was fast, and I'm excited for the night race. I've got a really, really nice night racing paint scheme that I like to run. Looks really good under the lights, so you'll probably see that one next week.
Hopefully it's another Lincoln Park scheme because I've been enjoying your schemes. Fan myself, so.
Sure is.
I have been enjoying it pretty much. Hopefully, it's a Minutes to Midnight or a Castle of Glass one. Well, we'll have to wait and see.
Oh, you might be in for a treat there then.
Oh, good. I'm going to be paying attention to your car next week. But before we let you go here for the night and celebrate your third place finish, do you have any shout outs you would like to give to anybody watching at home?
Well, I'm not sure if Charlie Bennett is watching, but shout out to Charlie Bennett because he's like my best friend, and he kind of got in the league. He had a tough night, but and he was facing a little bit of heat on the radios. But I just want you to know, Charlie, I am proud of you. Come back next week, and we're gonna finish 1 and 2.
All right. Mr. Fox, congratulations on your third place finish and your stage win tonight. Hopefully, we will see you in Victory Lane or back in the booth for an interview with the rest of the round of 12. We hope you have a good one.
Thank you. You too.
And that was our third place finisher of the night, the 09 of Isaiah Fox. Going to our second place finisher here tonight, the 15 of Aaron Ramon.
What is up?
Man, good to talk to you again.
Yeah, here we are again. What is it, like third or fourth time? I think like the first time was back at Indy, and yeah, that's been a while since then.
Yeah, you had a pretty good race last week. Able to follow it up with a second place finish this week. Is there anything you feel like you could have contributed to get a possible win in stage 3 tonight, or do you feel like where you finished is where you should have finished?
I could have. I held back. Because Lucas is my teammate. He's in the playoffs. I really contemplated going middle 3 wide when it was the 09-11 in me, but I just didn't want to put it at risk if the 09 washed up and then all three of us didn't finish the race. So seeing that he was my teammate, I decided, I'm just gonna push him on through, and if I get another run going into 4 on him, I'll go for it. But his car was really fast. I was pretty much hanging like mid pack towards the back all night, just riding the top lane, just trying to save tires. But just showed up when it mattered and was able to get another pretty good finish. But before anyone asks, yes, that win is coming somewhere. Just don't know yet, but it's coming.
Well, we've already heard from you. You said Kansas last week. Kansas was a good track for you. Bristol, we could possibly be seeing that, so it could be a few short weeks away. Obviously not in playoff contention. You were eliminated earlier on in the round of 16, but still holding on for that possible win. Now, here tonight, how was your car feeling, and what are you kind of expecting out of the rest of these night races that we're going to be seeing on the schedule with these Gen 6s?
It's loose. Don't get me wrong, there's a lot of downforce playing on the car. But I don't know if it was just this track, but it was definitely slick, especially towards the top lane. But I was able to find speed through there. I mean, it was crazy. Towards the bottom, yeah, you have to put some wheel into it, but when you're on the top of the racetrack, you're basically almost at 11:45 turning the wheel, and the car is basically turning itself. So it was slick, and I feel like Bristol, with these smaller tires compared to the next gen, I feel like it's gonna be really loose as well. And I honestly don't know how the cars are gonna behave at Bristol. I don't know if the top's gonna be dominant or the bottom, but these cars and for the future night races are just gonna be wicked loose.
Now, obviously, started in 8th place tonight. Like you said, teammate, the 11 of Lewis, in the lead. You wanted to push him as much as possible. If you were able to take it, you would have taken it. How do you feel like the entire race went for you? Not just stage 3, but you were kind of really holding on to that top 5 spot at multiple points in times through cautions and through the stage breaks. How did the overall race feel for you itself?
I think it felt pretty good. Definitely wasn't the fastest. The Parker guys are definitely faster. They had a little bit better of a formation to the bottom of the racetrack because this track was really driving like a super speedway. towards the beginning of the runs. I'm more of a long run type of guy, so usually if the laps go past 30, I would find myself closing the gaps on some of these guys. But then either the stage would end or the yellow would come out as I was starting to pick these guys off. I know I was catching who was leading at the time. I was catching that guy who was leading in before that pit cycle started in stage 3, because I was able to drive through the field once the tires fell off. But then the pit cycle started, so I was like, yeah, just leave it at that. But overall, the race was pretty good for me. I felt like I learned a track. I've been here in quite a while.
Now, same question we asked last week for our final question of the night. Any shout outs or any thank yous you would like to give to anybody watching at home?
A shout out to the Team Toyota here, going for the wins here. Shout out to Owen, the team owner. Shout out to my family, and yeah, let's go get them next week.
All right. Well, congratulations on your second place finish, getting closer to the first win of the season. Hopefully, we'll see it in the next few weeks, and hopefully, we'll see you back on the track next week as well.
Oh, for sure, for sure. And yes, that win is coming.
You have a good one, driver.
You too.
And that was our second place finisher, the 15 of Aaron Ramon, which leaves us one more person to interview. That's the man himself, the 11 car of Lucas Lewis. Lucas, great job tonight to be able to claim your victory, sitting third on the playoff standings right now. Now officially locked yourself into the round of 8, adding another win to your season. That, I believe, gives you 4 wins so far. How are you feeling tonight?
After that, I feel amazing. The entire I was contemplating myself. I was like, am I really good here? I mean, I felt like the entire race, I got driven through the entire race, like with Charlie and then everybody else. I was like, I just didn't know what to do because I thought my back off mentality actually was working. And then eventually, tonight apparently did not work.
Now, thankfully, able to make something shake there at the end. We're fighting pretty hard to get up into that top 5 and consistently hold that top 5. Like you said, felt like you were being overdriven a little bit from other competitors on the field. How did your car feel throughout this night? You started in 7th and managed to fall out of the top 10, make your way back into the top 10 and claim that win. So how did that car feel overall from start to finish?
It felt decent on the short run, and then once you got to the long run, and it's just the entire night, it felt like it just felt tight. But I was able to maintain it, but it was losing me times. I lost. I didn't know what to do at all. I changed my lines, I changed everything up. I still kept on burning the right front up. So eventually, I was kind of hoping for a caution at the end there, and it did happen, thankfully. And I was thankful that I was able to drive from 7th to 1st in like 3 laps and hope and get a lucky caution like that to bump me up and maintain the race lead.
Now, obviously, locking yourself into the round of 8, you don't really have to worry about the next 2 races in the round of 12. Of course, would definitely help on the points, but wouldn't really make a difference. Obviously, points reset. So now looking at the round of 8, starting at Talladega, going to Phoenix, and then going back to Martinsville, how are you feeling about that round itself, those 3 races?
Depends what happens at Talladega. If I finish Talladega with a good finish, I feel comfortable. If I don't finish Talladega with a good finish, it might be a little bit of a different story. That's all depends on Talladega. Once we get out of there, I can tell you that I can answer that question.
Totally understandable. Talladega, really anybody's race. We're going to see a lot left on the racetrack, including the rubber. So it will be something to pay attention to going into that first week. Do you feel like that off week for Christmas will kind of be a little bit of a shakeup for not only you, but for a few drivers having that off week. We haven't had an off week since week 8 to 9 for the Bristol night race.
It will shake up a little bit of things. I feel like, I mean, if you wreck somebody at Dega, I mean, it gives you time to look over it and contemplate what you're going to do next. So, I mean, it's just, I feel like the off week is a big reset for almost everybody. So it's going to play, in my opinion, somewhat of a factor, somewhat not, because you can take that entire off week to practice for Phoenix and Martinsville, and maybe even Homestead if you won. How they going to lock in? So yeah, that's all about just what happens. There you go, basically.
Yeah, truthfully, yeah, it's going to lead down to that track itself. Now, two more questions I would like to ask you. We've already asked about the car here tonight. How did you feel about the racing itself from green flag to the end? I know it was pretty troubling in certain areas. A lot of wrecks happened tonight. One big wreck in the end of stage 3, but how do you feel like the competition on the track was for you tonight? Obviously, Parker Motorsports being a pretty fast team, especially that 48 part time of JJ Moore tonight.
No, I've raced in JJ a lot. I know he was gonna be tough. I know Jordan. Everybody that raced for Jordan or Parker Motorsports tonight, I know was gonna be a contender the entire race because Jordan's always fast here. He beat me once by .006, so I have to give him credit. He's pretty fast here. Josh, he's always up at the front, and he always races people clean and races people clean. So yeah, and I used to race against JJ all the time. I knew what he would do most of the time. I feel a little bad for driving through him like that, but at the same time, I was one goal in mind was just go for the race win.
Now, obviously, last question before we let you go ahead and celebrate your win, 4th win on the season, win to lock yourself in the round of 8. Any shout outs you would like to give to anybody or any of the fans watching at home?
I like to. Sorry, my friend's over. I'm trying. All right, I think we're good. Sorry. Oh, he's like, all right, there we go. All right, I'd like to thank the fans. I'd like to thank everybody that's watching this race, giving us what we can do, lay out the best. I'd like to thank a bunch of people. I think my parents, once again, always watching these races. I'd like to thank 2 new people. Mason Page, one of my good friends, he tuned into the race. I think he's still here. I think Cassandra Hartz, she wanted to watch. I asked her if she wants to watch the race, and she did, thankfully, so she could see me win. I'd like to thank you for once again always live streaming these races and giving these fans a great show. I think Jordan always put on the league, and I have to thank everybody that showed up today, giving this crowd, giving everyone, the virtual fans, even the fans at home watching on YouTube, a big chance to watch what we can do.
Well, a big thank you back to you for obviously showing up weekly, putting on a show for our fans, and now claiming your 4th win on the season. Hopefully, we'll see more out of you, but once again, congratulations on your first place victory tonight, locking you into the round of 8.
Thank you, and also, I forgot to mention this. I beat your favorite driver, guys.
And there was our first place finisher, Lucas Lewis, now putting him a little bit closer to the all-time win record. You heard him there pulling a little bit of a Denny Hamlin. He beat your favorite driver for tonight. Looking back at our results for the night, in first place, we had Lucas Lewis. Only led 24 laps of this race, but still a good show on him. In second place, we had Aaron Ramon. Third, Isaiah Fox. Finishing in 4th was Joshua Mason. 5th place was our new debut car driver tonight, the 25 of Wyatt Post. In 6th, we had Jordan Parker from Parker Motorsports. 7th was the 08 of Charlie Bennett. 8th was Kyle Sims. 9th was Broadfoot in the 22. Rounding out your top 10 was the 48 part-time fill-in tonight, J.J. Moore. Looking back at the rest of the field, Carden Hansen finished in 11th. Darrell Colts finished in 12th. Corey Rainey out earlier in the night, finishing in 13th. Gage Burns out as well earlier, finishing in 14th. Ryder Morgan out earlier as well, finishing in 15th. And last but not least, also out earlier in the night, the 32 of Josh Ryder. Of course, thank you guys for tuning in live on behalf of Fisher Studios and Asphalt Racing Network. We want to thank you for watching this live, watching it as a replay, or just following us in general. Be sure to check us back here next Saturday for the second round of 12 race at Bristol. That will be a night race. Only 2 more races in the round of 12 to decide who will move on, especially the people that are not locked in on points. Lucas Lewis being the one to take the win, sitting at, I think, 3rd on the playoff points bracket. But we will catch you next time.